Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. My name is Lucas, and today I want to implement this kind of GitHub contribution system into your Framer project by using the Notion plugin. So basically in Notion, you can do like a type of log of your work for a particular day, and then you can sync it to your Framer portfolio. And in your Framer portfolio, you would get like an overview of, the different things that you worked on. Let's say that if you worked on, you posted a YouTube video, a YouTube short, you tweeted something on Twitter, and you made like a nice hero section design. That's like 4 different things. You can have, that was a pretty, good day. You can have something like this. If you didn't do anything, you can have something like this, which is completely dark. And if you did, a little bit, maybe one thing, maybe you just posted on Twitter, you can have this dark one, right? So I want to do that connected with Notion, so you can, from your phone, log it in, and based on the amount of inputs, it would basically change the color, right? So let's get started. Let me just bring this to Figma. So I already did that. I have this in Figma, and what I want to do is I want to basically find the range of what to put here. So here it would be obviously 0. So I wanted to put be from 0 to 4. So 0, maybe 1 contribution, 2, and 3 plus, right? Something like this, right? And now we have to think of a system, an easy system to, do this, like, because we need Notion, but how can we, configure our Notion database so that we do it in a very, simple way that doesn't require a lot of work every day, right? You just want to open your phone app in Notion and just log it in and then sync it to your Framer project, right? So I open a Notion page, right? This is my Notion profile. And in my Notion page, I'm gonna put a title so that it's organized, and I'm gonna go /database inline. And here I'm gonna put like daily contributions, something like this. And here we have the different columns, right? So we have the first one, which is a default one for the name. And I think that in order to make this easy, we can put this as a date. And I want to see if it's possible to maybe put like today's date. I mean, I already see that there's something here. So what we can do is we can just do this, and we can move this guy over here. And I want to see how we can do this. Okay, so today's date, end date, no. So today is December 21st, 2024. So we can go like this. All right. So that might be a good solution. All right. And now let's think about the other fields that we want to add. So it won't be only the date, and we won't only see this, right? What I want to do is that when the user clicks on it, then you can get like a quick little overview of what that person did that day. I think that would be kind of nice. So this would be kind of like a preview. And then if you click on one, if you hover on one, you can probably see one of these things. And then if you click on one, it would go to a detail page with more information. So what we can do is we can do date, task 1, and let's put a maximum of like 5 tasks. So this is going to be 3 to 5. So task 3, task 4, task 5. So we got those initial ones set. I think that's good for starting. So date, task 1. So for each one, there's going to be content underneath. So let's just, this is going to be content. Let's make this a little bit larger so we can tell the difference between everything. So let's make this, semi-bold. So here there's going to be content. Here as well, content. And it might be, empty, right? It might be like this. And if it's empty and there's only showing 2, then it would point to this color. And this would be today's date, right? Today. we can also set like we can set an image for each task, right? That can be something interesting to put as well. So what we can do is before each task, set like a thumbnail 1, TN1. Let me remove this. So this is going to be like the first task group. Then we're going to have TN2, TN3, and so on and so forth. So in other words, it would look something like this. So we have the date, thumbnail 1, task 1, thumbnail 2, task 2, and etc. So let's then take this into consideration. Let's organize this a little bit, putting this here, and let's finish creating this Notion, this first initial Notion database. So we have, I would honestly kind of delete this property if it's possible. So I don't think it's possible. Let me just go like this. We want to add an image. If it's possible, image. Let's see, files and media. Okay. And then we want to add, so this would be called thumbnail 1. And then we want to add the second thing, which would be the content. I want to see, okay. Let's choose this one, text. And this text is going to be called content 1. So I'm going to fill out the rest, and it's basically the same structure, right? Okay, now I set this up, so we have all of these different fields here. Now what I want to do is I want to change this. I don't want it to be like today's date. I want to start off with the new year, right? We're in December. Let's start off with the new year. So this is going to be like the 2025. Let's rename this 2025. And then basically I'm going to put every single day at the bottom, and then basically just do some examples, right? So a little update, I put all these different dates here. Actually, we're skipping January 1st. Because the thing is that I basically uploaded this data from Google Sheets, right? I uploaded it from Google Sheets because I tried to do like an autofill of the dates here in Notion, and it didn't work. So just a quick tip, and so you guys know for the future. So I basically like clicked on, I did this, I went here, clicked on /import CSV, and then I just brought in my, CSV file that I made in Google Sheets, which was very easy to do. All you have to do is basically just go here and write January 1st, and then just bring it down, right? So going back to, where were we? We were in Framer? No, Notion. Let's basically test this import. So I want to go to Framer, and I have this project, but I think I'm going to do it. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it in my portfolio. This is my little like test portfolio that's basically always under construction, right? So I'm going to click Notion. And before I do that, let me go here and click this and click Connections, Framer, Confirm. And let me go back to Framer, and then again, Notion. I'm going to put it in work sessions, create. It's going to load. And let's see, it says work sessions. So what is this called? Work sessions. Okay. And we're not going to import this one. No, we're going to import the work sessions. Okay. So going back to Framer, let's import work session. Let's press next. So we have these different things. And then, okay, this should work. Formatted text. This thumbnail is going to be a file. It's going to be an image, 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 image. All right. This is also going to be an image. So let's just make sure that everything is correct. let's see how it imports. All right, so I tried importing it. It didn't work, and I was wondering why. And it's because this was empty here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically try to scroll my way down and copy everything here. If it's possible, guess not. I want to basically copy everything here and put it as my title. So I actually want this to be the type title, if that's even possible, or maybe even text, and see how that would work, because this is not going to work like this, right? So let's delete this and let's go again and try to import it as another way. So work sessions next, and dates would be formatted text. Let's make sure that this is all image, 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 and image. Let's make this date as a string, and let's not import the title if it's possible. I guess not. Okay, yeah. All right, let's try this. Okay, again, it didn't work. So let's just delete this again. This is just all testing, right? Let's import again. And what I did now was I went to Notion and I put date for all of these. So the title is going to be date, right? So let me go back here. Go back to Framer, Notion, create work sessions, create work sessions. Next. And let's do, so title is going to be string. And let's again format everything to be image. So this is all going to be like this. Good. This looks good. All right, now let's import it and see how this looks like. Okay, again, it gave me an error, and we can't repeat, we can't repeat the name. So what we gotta do is we gotta add like a specific, number next to it. I want to basically see if I can just autofill this somehow. See if I can, make this easier for my life, because I don't want to go step by step and try to. Let's see if this works like this. I'm just gonna do it simple. No, it doesn't. Okay. So I'm gonna have to research this. So I'm basically re-importing this. I did this like this. Now I'm gonna put the title over here, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna delete this work sessions one. So move to trash, delete this one, move to trash, and we're gonna keep this one, and we're gonna rename it to work sessions final. So okay, it says title, perfect, date, perfect. I brought that in from Google Sheets. So if we go back here, you can see it just like this. So it made my life much easier by doing that. And now let's go to Notion, and let's try to connect this page to Framer. Confirm. Oh, and we got to do these other things, right? So let me just do that real quick. Okay, so now I adjusted the different columns. Let's go back to Framer and import this again. So import Notion. We're going to call this work sessions, create, and we're going to click on this one, the only one, so we can basically change the name afterwards if we want. We're going to click on image for all of these, formatted text. We're going to make this a date, whatever. We're going to make this an image. We're going to make this an image, formatted text. All right. And let's import. Let's see if this works. Hopefully, let's cross our fingers. All right, it did work. It's a little bit strangely formatted. As you can see, if I scroll all the way down, it says 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 5, 1, 4, 1, 7. It's a little bit weird, but it doesn't matter, because we are going to be creating the data here in Notion, right? And then pushing it to Framer and kind of like setting filters there. So That's good. We have that. So we can be proud of ourselves. Okay, now I added some like sample data here. So like session 1, session 2, session 3. So basically just like the word test everywhere, just to test out the waters to see if it's working out. So I'm gonna click sync and see if it works. So let's cross our fingers again, right? Okay, it took like I would say maybe a minute to sync. So let's see. Okay, I don't really see anything. Where can we see this? All this stuff. So it's not really sinking in properly, I guess. What we can do is maybe we can, I mean, it's supposed to be sinking in. There's supposed to be test here, but why isn't it showing in my database here? Maybe we have to delete this and resync it using Notion. So let's just do this. I don't care. Next. And session 1 can be string. I mean, we can try with formatted text. Let me just see with this normal input. Okay, so now it seems to work if you import it not as a formatted text, but as a string. So it doesn't show up here, but you can see here, for example, okay, it didn't show up in that one because that one didn't have any text, but this one does have text. And as you can see, it says test, right? So we can work with this. Let's work with this. This is, you know, at least something. So now we want to display this into the you know, screen. So let's see how we can do that. We have collections. So if we were to go to collections and Notion, let's bring this in and let's kind of see how we would do this, like how we would do with the green and how we would do. Let's first think about the color. How can we filter the color based on the amount of strings it has? So in order to start, I would say we duplicate this main image a couple of times. We make it into a solid. So let me just do that really quick. So we have the image like this. We don't need this content. And what we can do is we can go back to Figma. And let me take a screenshot of this. And let me go back to Framer. And in Framer, what I want to do is the following. Since this is, I don't know if it's light and dark mode. I have to see. I totally forgot about this. No, it's just light mode. So I want to make this light, but like 10% maybe. And I want to make this one like this one like this, and this one like this. And now I want to set the visibility to each one. So we're going to do it like this. Set the fill based on, we're going to have to set some type of filter for this fill, right? So if this fill is visible, I would say that session 1 isn't set, right? And I have no idea which one this is, but basically that it's not showing, right? Let's remove the limit. So now these are going to be all the days. Okay, now we have it like this, which is pretty cool. So I guess this is pointing to, I don't know which one this is pointing to be honest. Which collection this is pointing to. I guess if we go back to our collections, okay, test. All right, so this one is going to have a condition visible. This one is going to be also visible. Set visible if session 2 if it contains session 2 plus set variable to no. Is it, hold on, let me try to see this. Contains this doesn't make any sense. So set variable to session 2 is set. Session 3. Okay, when yes, we can make it so we can actually, hold on. Let me think how we can do this. So session 3 is set of visibility is set. Actually, let me, okay, do that. Is set. When yes, then we have this one. And when no, then we have this one. And what we can do is we can just delete this color. And again, it should only have so also visibility at a condition isn't set. Okay. Just trying to think, guys. So sometimes test. So I'm trying to understand the logic here. So give me a few minutes to kind of do a little deep dive for you guys. So basically I found this nice little workaround. There's a few gaps somewhere, I don't understand why, but you can see that it works. And we have color 1, color 2. So color 1, the fill is set based on session 1. So if it's yes, then this gray. So that means that these two sessions, they didn't work. And actually it would be the other way around. So if it's yes, then it would be this one. And if it's no, then it would be white 10%, right? And if we were to set the gap to 0, it should work. I don't know. I don't understand why these aren't showing. It should be working everywhere. So, all right. I guess it's like whenever there's no session, it's like that. And whenever it's a few, it's like this, something like this. There's a little bit of a bug in here, but I'm not going to spend so much time on this right now. So what I want to do is I want to maybe set this to a grid and put 12 columns and maybe make the height a fixed height. Actually, no, that's not a good idea. Let's make it fit. And let's make each one of these things have a nice little rounded radius, but you know, not so much. So we have 12 columns. The stack is going to be set to fit content. Let's make this fill. We can. And let's increase the gap everywhere. And actually, let's make this not fill. Let's make this much smaller. And fit content. So we gotta find like some type of workaround with this. We can do something like this, right? And now this is actually starting to look pretty cool. Let's just make sure that it fills the width here. Still not working, huh? This would have to kind of fill as well. The stack. Let's make this fill. Let's make this fixed. Oh, sorry. This has to be fill. All right, let's try it a different way. So we have 12 columns for each month. Well, instead of making it like this, we can make it go like a kind of like rain. It's not looking so good. If we were to make this much smaller, if we were to decrease the columns, I'm just playing around here to see how this would look like, right? The stacks, gap. Okay. Notion, all right. Okay. And then we can maybe set this to fill. If we increase this a little bit, how would that look like? Something like that. That's actually pretty cool. And I can fit the content. Whoa. Why is it so large? Okay, now let's make this smaller. And we'd want this to be maybe like a something like that. Perfect. So that's one way of doing it, I guess. I'm still not satisfied with it. Something strange about these borders. It's too much. Fit content. Okay, that's looking better. Then we have something like this. But I still think that these might be a little bit too small. Try to increase the size a bit. Set the size to fit content. And let's give a little bit of a gap everywhere. We can do something like this would actually work, and we can put this into this links stack, put this on the top, maybe duplicate this and put like daily work sessions. So we have something like this. Okay, and then we have a small gap here. This looks better, but is it showing everything? I think it is. Okay, and then here we can, well, this gap doesn't seem to matter. Okay, and let's edit the color here, because this color 1, for example, isn't really showing. We need to make it dark. There we go. Now we can really see the different contributions. So, and what we can do, now that we have this, what we can do, and actually we can edit some of the other colors as well, because this is like for the black mode, for the dark mode, and we want to make it, you know, for the white mode, so it should be more like this, I guess, more black. And then for the color, we're going to put the same one as here, 4F. This is going to be 4F. And this is going to be a darker black. There we go. So now I have, daily work sessions 2025. So this would be super cool, yeah. And the phone, it looks pretty nice as well. So this is just with test data, obviously. And to do that, you have to go in your Notion and basically edit that, and boom, you'll have it. All right, and then what we can do is that we can set a new page, like a new CMS page, a new detail page. And this would be basically, this doesn't have to be linked to anything. This can be linked to the date, which is fine, but let's call this like work session. Or yeah, it doesn't have to be the date. Let's link it to like, let's just keep this one for now. And then this one can be image 2. No, let's try to organize this a bit. So we want to add like a text. Okay, we have these different texts here. They're not really showing. Session 1, session 2. Now another way of doing this would be to kind of import it as something else and not as a string. So I'm just thinking out loud, right? So basically, if you go to different dates, like date 364, you'll see that it's there. So let's just remove the styles from all of these. I don't really like the styles. Okay, this one is like a different color. let's make it all the same color like this. So we can go like this, make this session 3 also, remove this style, add this color, same with this. And what we want to do is we want to organize it under the corresponding image, right? So if session one has to go underneath session 1 image. So this would be, let's move this. This is image 2. Let's actually organize these images first. Image 5 would go at the very end. This is image 1. Image 1 would go at the very beginning. This is image 2. This is image 3. This is image 4. Okay. So now for the text, we want to duplicate this maybe 6 times. And let's pack this text underneath this image. Let's pack this text underneath this one. And let's select this one, do the same. And at the very end, what I want to do is I want to basically edit the text. Let's just make sure that everything is, I want to make sure that these stacks are all, filled with. So they're responsive. So fill, and fill here, and fill here too. Okay. And what I want to do, let's just delete all the text that's not, corresponding to these different sections. So this one would be only for session 1. Everything else can go away. This one would only be for session 2. And so on and so forth. This one would be only session 3. So let's delete everything else. Same for this one, session 4. And then this last one is going to be session 5. So let's delete everything else. And I don't know what this stack down here is. Okay, this is a preview in the next. Okay, we can leave it for now. So this is basically it. So this has session 4 and session 1. That's strange. Anyways, let's go back to our home. And this is basically it. This is how it would look like integrated into your portfolio. There are a few bugs. We just built this in an hour. This is something that's kind of more advanced, so it needs a little bit more fixing. But we're gonna be fixing that. And if you want the remix link already for this, I'll give it to you guys for free. It's down below, and I'll eventually build a nice template based off of this idea in the future. So keep updated for that. Let me know in the comments if you like this video. Please like and subscribe if you like it. And I'll be more than happy to help you guys with anything with Framer. If you have any more questions, please let me know. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.